Hi Tenos, this is Zelp, and because of some time constraint, I plan to do a little bit more in this video. We will be looking at three things. First, we will talk about viral and some of the ideas behind it, and then we'll look at a question that you guys asked about the mechanics of multi-shot with status and critical, which I find quite interesting. And finally, I have a quick announcement to make, so let's get started. What we're about to talk about viral is not a secret, but I would like to talk about it nevertheless because it will be good to know the basics of how viral works to help you understand an upcoming video that I have planned. So viral is an awesome status effect that basically is a type of virus that reduces the enemy's current health by 50% for a duration of 6 seconds. A misconception is that, let's say, if you could do 90% damage to an enemy per attack, you would think that if you have a high viral proc, you will kill it with one attack if viral procs. Sadly, no. The viral proc is applied after the damage is done, which means that the remaining 10% health is now reduced to 5%, but you can't kill it in one hit. This is of course without relying on damage over time status effect, but then since you are proccing viral in the first hit, you can't really proc something else unless you're using a special weapon or Warframe. Viral starts to shine when you need 3 or more attacks to kill an enemy. For example, for easy calculation, if the enemy have 900 health and you can do 300 damage per hit, if the first hit were to proc viral, the 600 HP left will become 300 health. With just 2 hits, you'll be able to kill the enemy instead of 3. But this is provided that the first hit procs viral, else you'll still need to do up to 3 hits to kill it. But when it comes to very strong enemies, is viral still good? My answer is yes, but only if you can maintain the viral proc. The reason is that if at any point of time the viral duration were to expire or fail to renew, all of the double damage that you were doing relatively to the health will be for nothing. It is as if you never procced a single viral at all and you have to start all over from square one at its current health. So for example, you are fighting something really strong, but let's keep the figure small. So let's say it has only 1000 health and viral were to proc, so now he has only 500 health, and you spend a lot of time hitting it until it has only 1 health left. And before you could do the killing blow, the viral proc expires and now it has 501 health. And if you do your calculations, you'll realize that it is as if you did not do a single viral proc at all. At this point, all the viral that you have done previously no longer contribute in shortening the time taken to kill the enemy. And of course, finally, if you are fighting against an enemy with a lot of shield and really small amount of health pool, it doesn't really quite make sense to proc viral just to reduce that small amount of health by half. So as a summary, we know that viral is not very good for enemies that you can kill in less than 3 hits. It is at its best if you could proc it at first, and also if you could maintain the viral proc until the enemy dies. There's actually one way you could kill an enemy in one trigger with viral that doesn't involve damage over time. It is when you're using a primary or secondary weapon with multi-shot. Simply because if the first extra hit does a viral, the second bullet will kill it. Which brings us to our next topic about multi-shot. So the question given to me is how multi-shot affects critical chance and status chance. Multi-shot basically increases the chance of 1 or more identical bullets to be fired off a weapon. Since the question asked seems to be directed at a pistol type weapon, we shall use the pistol as an example. A barrel diffusion increases multi-shot by 120%. This means that it has a 100% chance to fire an extra bullet and a 20% chance to fire a second extra bullet. In other words, from now on you'll be firing 2 bullets with a 20% chance to fire 3 bullets instead. When it comes to critical chance, every bullet, including the extra ones created by multi-shot mods, will have the same critical chance. So you may find that you crit more with multi-shot simply because you are firing more bullets and your odds of crit over X amount of bullets is higher. But it is really just the same. This applies to status chance as well. But for some reason the game shows you overall status chance including the extra bullets, unlike critical chance. This is a bit like the status chance of a pellet from a shotgun. So let's see if I could give you a summarized explanation using the same examples of my previous video. Probability doesn't work based on how we feel. For example, if the odds of getting 6 on a dice is 1/6, and it will feel logical that it should take at least 6 tries to get 1/6. But in mathematics, the odds of getting 1/6 in 6 tries of rolling it is only about 66%. Saying that it will surely get 1/6 in 6 rolls is like saying that you will surely get hits in 2 coin tosses. In fact, to achieve just 95% chance of getting a 6 by rolling a dice, you will need to roll it at least about 16 times. This applies to a lot of things, including prime parts that we are hunting with relics. Let's say you have 10% chance of getting a rare part, and the misconception is that you need at least, 10 tries, and you get 1 out of those 10 tries, the part that you are looking for. But the ugly truth is that your probability of getting the part that you want in 10 tries with 10% chance is only 65%. Now back to multi-shot and status chance. Take the Vacor Marrowlock for example. By default, it has a status chance of 35%. If you add a barrel diffusion, which to the game it adds an extra 1.2 bullet. So in total, you will be firing 2.2 bullets. Substitute this to the probability equation and you will get your 61.2% status chance. So yes, you do get 61.2% now with multi-shot, provided all the extra bullet hits. And the extra multi-shot bullet doesn't seem to fire accurately for some reason, so keep that in mind. Trying to use multi-shot to achieve 100% status chance is very ineffective due to the same probability formula. For example, here you see the barrel diffusion giving me 61.2%, which is about an extra 26% status chance. But if I have 2 dual stat mods and 1 sure shot giving me 82%, so I just need an extra 18% to reach 100%. And if I try to do it with the 2 multi-shot mods that I have, I am still shy of almost 1%. In the case of using multi-shot to achieve 100%, you will need about 98% as shown, and the truth about this 100% is a lie. It is actually 99.9% that in 2.8 shots, there will be one of it that does a proc. This means that each individual shot is still 98%. The way to prove this is basically to keep shooting until you get that 2% chance where it doesn't proc and prove that it is actually not 100%. So this is obviously going to be very time consuming, so I'm going to use the POC since it does multiple hits. There. Do you see it? Do you see it? The things I do for you guys. I could use the Marrowlock, but it has high slash, so it procs bleed a lot. It is getting in the way and it deals a similar damage to the base damage that it does. Okay, I will be using the dual toxosis, and there. That 177 damage does not have a proc. This damage is too high to be a bleed damage, and there are no toxin or other DOT that could do that damage. Oh my god, look at the time. So the summary for multi-shot is that it is an extra fire or attack which duplicates the original. The status chance you see displayed is the status chance of when all the bullets, including the multi-shot bullets, hit, and not the status chance of each individual bullet. It is weird why critical chance is not calculated the same way. Maybe because they do not want to confuse you in thinking that you will be doing or you'll be getting an overall extra critical damage when only one bullet crits. This is why shotguns does so little damage with status effect damages if it's not modded to 100% status chance, because the status chance shown to us only means the chance of one pellet to proc per fire, and the small damage it will do is due to the damage of one pellet which is the overall damage divided by the amount of pellets. This actually makes sense because if you have a shotgun that fires 10 pellets with 30% corrosive proc chance per pellet, it could mean that it will proc corrosive 3 times per shot instead of once with a 30% chance, which would be pretty insane. But then they went and contradict themselves by allowing shotguns to reach 100% status chance, making every pellet doing 100% proc. So yeah, 13.4k armor gone in just 3 to 4 shots. But just like a normal weapon, the critical chance shown on a shotgun is for each individual pellet, in case you're wondering. Okay, finally the last part of the video is about my Discord server. I finally made one and I am really new to this. Took me one whole day to learn the basics, and I would like to just showcase the channels and the things that you could benefit from if you are interested to join. So the first thing you'll notice is that Clam, one of our bots, will greet you and brief you with the basic rules. You can check out the rules at our announcement channel, where there is actually not much things here. There is some links though that you could go to if you want to learn how to communicate with our bots. Right now running the show is just me and Senpai over there.
Oh, what? Hello.
She actually do not play Warframe and knows nothing about the game, but she is very familiar with Discord, and that is why she's here helping me out. The coolest thing here to me, I guess, is the alert and invasion tracking. So whenever there's a new alert or invasion, it will actually tell you, and the bot is named Lotus, so Lotus will actually tell you. And if you have problem like analyzing it from here, you could also go to the bot chat and type things like, for example, /alerts, where Otis, our bot Otis, and also Lotus will tell you again what's going on and what's on the panels, alerts on the panels. If you want invasion, just type /invasion, and Otis will tell you what's on the invasions. There's also a lot of other things that you could try. You could do things like shorty. You could also check for borrow, like when it will come and where it will land. The reason why I really like this is simply because most of my time I spend in the game is in the simulacrum, testing things for you guys, and if it wasn't for this tracking, I would have missed out on some pretty good stuff. So Meryl over here, what she does is she basically just plays music, and you can actually see some people here listening to Meryl and chillaxing. I haven't actually decided on a DJ yet, so that's gonna happen in the future. Let's just go in and check what music is on. There are some rooms for you guys to use, like the room 1 and room 2 for the voice channel, and also room 1 and room 2 for the text channel, in case if you need some sort of privacy. But do keep in mind that I like to keep the text channel room 1 and room 2 kind of clean, so remember to clear everything once you're done. What you could do is you could use the prune command. So for example, let's say I were to prune this one. So what you have to do is type T, alias, and prune. Okay, and the amount that you want to clear. So if you want to clear, if there's a lot to clear, you could just put something like 99 and enter. Okay, and Clam will clear the entire channel of text. The link to join this Discord is at my channel on the corner of this art piece. Just click on the Discord button. Do note that that link is good for the first 25 users, and some is actually been taken. If everything runs smoothly, I will put another link on for the next 25 users or even the next 50 users. So yeah, if you are interested, come join us. Okay, that is all. Thanks again for watching. Do remember to like and subscribe. This is Zelp, and I will see you again in the next video. Have a pleasant day. 10-0.